Spock laughing in Star Trek IV wasn't out of character. It completed the Vulcan's resurrection story by MD Shariful Islam. When Spock lets out a genuine chuckle in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, it startles both the audience and his crewmates. After all, laughter is not the sort of thing associated with the stoic, logic-driven Vulcan. Fans have long debated whether that brief burst of emotion was a crack in the armor or something out of character. But in truth, that laugh wasn't a mistake. It was the culmination of Spock's long, painful, and profound journey, a resurrection not just of body, but of soul. That laugh was earned. To understand why Spock's laughter matters, we have to go back to Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, where he made the ultimate sacrifice. In one of the franchise's most iconic scenes, Spock gave his life to save the Enterprise. His death was final, logical, and deeply in tune with the Vulcan philosophy. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. It was the perfect Spock moment. And yet, that logic-driven decision wasn't just selfless. It was also an act of deep emotional love for his crew, especially Kirk. Then came Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, where the narrative took a spiritual turn. His body was regenerated on the Genesis planet, but his mind, his Katra, had to be restored. That movie is all about reconnection. The crew risked everything to bring Spock back, a powerful statement about friendship and belonging. When Spock is finally reunited with his body and memory, he is not the same man who died in the reactor room. He's been reborn, in the most literal and metaphysical sense. By the time we get to The Voyage Home, Spock is still finding his balance. Early in the film, he consults a computer for binary answers. Logic, facts, cold data. But when his mother confronts him and tells him that being human is also part of who he is, it becomes clear. Spock's journey isn't about returning to his old self. It's about integrating everything he's become. He's no longer the half-human, half-Vulcan who suppresses one side. He's something new. A man who has died, been resurrected, and is rediscovering his full identity. So when Spock laughs at Dr. Gillian Taylor's confusion about no money in the 23rd century, it's not a slip. It's a signal. It's a moment where his newfound emotional balance emerges. He isn't out of control. He isn't broken. He's whole. Throughout The Voyage Home, Spock's behavior reflects this new synthesis. He meditates. He questions. He hesitates before making assumptions. He volunteers to mind meld with a pair of whales. And, most tellingly, he follows his instincts even when logic would advise otherwise. The new Spock is more human and more Vulcan, because he's finally choosing not to deny either half. There's also a poetic symmetry in this arc. Spock began the original Star Trek series as a man at war with his humanity. He scoffed at emotion, flinched at affection, and preferred data to drama. Slowly, across years of stories, the cracks in the wall grew. We saw him cry for the first time in The Naked Time, saw his affection for Kirk in Amok Time, and watched his loyalty burn brightly even when unspoken. By the motion picture, he was still wrestling with what it meant to be whole. He tried to purge his emotions via the Kolinar discipline, but even then, he failed because his connection to his friends was too strong. That arc reached its crescendo in Star Trek IV. Spock's resurrection wasn't just physical. It was philosophical. He came back to life with a new understanding that logic alone was insufficient. That Vulcan discipline was powerful, but incomplete. His laughter in that moment with Gillian was the equivalent of a sunrise, a brief, warm sign that a long, dark night had ended. He wasn't laughing to mock or to defy logic. He was laughing because he was finally alive in every sense. It's easy to forget just how much The Voyage Home hinges on humanity. Not just in the plot, where the future is saved by whales, but in the tone. It's the lightest of the original Star Trek films, filled with humor, fish-out-of-water moments, and heart. Spock, the resurrected soul among them, fits perfectly in that world. He's the bridge between the past and the future, the alien and the human, the logical and the emotional. His laughter is the moment that proves he's not lost in the middle anymore. He's arrived. In the film's final scene, when Kirk asks Spock if he has a problem with their assignment, Spock doesn't give a logical breakdown. He simply says, I feel fine. It's a subtle moment, but it echoes that earlier, and that feeling doesn't